Okay. Gotta have good sound. Phone on. Hopefully it sounds good. Now I'll start it properly. Hang on, why is it blank? Why has it gone blank? What? Why is it blank? Why is the screen going blank? No, the screen. Alright, so obviously it doesn't want me to play images, which is going to be very interesting. I may as well go back to the Zenblock screen then. Let's see if I can actually make the stream come up on my phone so then I can read the comments. Let's see, where am I? Go to channel, go to live. Okay, it's not happening there. Is this actually live? Am I actually live? Okay, I am actually live. There are people watching. Cool. This stream has not started very well. Hang on, let's turn this light down a little bit. It's a bit too strong. There we go. Colour's a bit better. I hate this version of the stream because I don't have the equipment to do it properly, but you know, we manage with what we got. I'm just going to see if I can see the stream on here so that I can read your comments as they happen, guys. Un momento, por favor. Okay, why am I not seeing the stream on my phone? Let's actually shut down everything, then open everything up again, and then hopefully when I've reopened YouTube, I will be there. Okay, my channel, view channel. Ah, there I am. Okay. Okay, now I'll take the volume down so no big mad echo. Hopefully the sound is okay. Out there in the Zen fam, can you hear me okay? How does it sound? Let me know. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Waiting for the comments to arrive. Don't know why the background has decided to go inactive on me here, but it is what it is, I suppose. I would have liked to have had a scrolling thing on the side here. Well, the side there, but you know. For some reason, the technology just goes, no, no. Come on, guys, somebody comment, let me know whether or not you can hear me okay. Because I know there's at least 2 of yous in. Right, I'm going to have to turn up the volume on my phone to make sure I'm actually coming through, so you'll hear a bit of double sound, but it's the only way because nobody's telling me anything. I'm going to have to turn up the volume on my phone to make sure I'm actually coming through, so you'll hear a bit of double sound, but it's the only way because nobody's telling me anything. That's very nice and clear. That's awesome. Brilliant. So while we actually wait for some people to arrive, because these things always take a little bit of time, I'll put my phone down there so I can keep an eye on it. Welcome to the 1000th upload celebratory stream. There's a table of events tonight, no particular order, because, you know me, I like to fly by the seat of my pants and just talk from the dome. But there are 2 things that are definitely happening. One, I will obviously be answering questions of new and existing members of the Zen fam. Existing members who want to find out a bit more about me, and new members who barely know me and want to understand this fruitcake they've been watching recently. And the other thing we're going to be doing, if and only if we have a good amount of people. Now, I mean, we're talking like 10 to 20 people. If we get 10 to 20 people consistently watching this, then I will break out this. This is a gaming quiz. I want to have a few people playing, and every time I pull a card, I will ask a person in the chat who has registered themselves to be part of the quiz. You don't have to take part in the quiz, but if you want to be taking part in the quiz, then I will make note of your name. I will then call your name. I will ask you a question, and you'll have 10 seconds in which to answer it. Hopefully, that's enough time for you to think, but not enough time for you to Google. Although I don't expect Zen fan members to cheat because you're obviously people of intelligence and taste. But you never know, so we have to have these little things. You will be asked a question, and if enough of you are playing and somebody is a clear winner, then one of you will win something from my private collection. Now, I'm not putting up everything, but somebody will win something from my private collection, which will mean, obviously, that I will expect you to DM me on Twitter with your postal information, so then I can send you your prize. Now, they're not. There's nothing here that's like. There's no junk tiles, but they're not the newest of the new. They're mid-range, decent games that have reviewed very well in the past. And you'll pick 1, 2, or 3 from the games that I was holding up there. And if you pick game 1, you'll get game 1. If you pick game 2, you'll get game 2, and you know how the rest of that goes. So, what you need to do is if you're the one of the two people watching, then obviously what you need to do is share this link out. Let the rest of the Zen fam know that this is now finally happening. We're here in the 1000 celebration live stream, and that there is a competition in play. So hopefully we can get some people in, and we can actually get some questions and answers on the fire. But right now, as it is, as the screen's told me again, there's only 2 people watching. And I do know that some of you out there, Zen fam, are a wee bit on the shy side and are not so keen on talking, which I understand. Not everybody is as gregarious as I. Let's see. Well, I should probably talk some recent news topics while we wait for people to funnel into this here live stream. Let's see, what's a good topic at the moment? Well, let's go right from one of the most recent stories that there is. The 30th anniversary grey set bundles that are come out from that video yesterday. From, what's his name? Hideki Nishino, I think it's how you say his name. And one of the women who does like the official PlayStation podcast that I used to listen to, but it just kind of got a bit dry. And quite frankly, I prefer PlayStation Access if I'm listening to a fully PlayStation-centric from PlayStation podcast. Although there's a couple others that I do enjoy. I used to really love PlayStation I Love You XOXO till Kind of Funny wrapped that. And I still really do like Pure Dead Gaming's Pure Dead PlayStation podcast. And there's another one I like. Well, actually, there's a few gaming podcasts I like, but not all of them are PlayStation-centric. Even though PlayStation is my platform of choice, as I'm sure a lot of you out there in the Zen fam know. Although, admittedly, I'm talking to 2 people right now. So, the 30-year anniversary stuff, it looks really nice. I love the attention to detail they've gone to with the PlayStation shape symbol alteration textures that they're doing on the underside of the controllers and stuff. Although, as much as I love that new DualSense with that little end on the USB that makes it look like an original PlayStation controller jack, but with a USB-C sticking out of it, that, by the way, is just so cool. I would like it that if it had the same little sort of textured grip bits as the DualSense Edge 30th anniversary variant has gotten, because those little grippy bits on the end. Hey, Gavilar, nice to see you, bro. They look really good and really, really convenient, and so good for the non-slippage of fingers. I should explain, Gavilar, since you were a little late, dude. If I get enough people in the stream tonight, we're going to be having a quiz, and the people in the chat, I will call out a name, I will ask a question, I will call it a name, and I'll ask a question. And those who are registered to be in the competition, all you got to do is say your name and say that you want in. You'll have 10 seconds to answer a question, and I'll note down the scores or something. Yeah, sorry, man. I'll note down the scores or something on a piece of paper. I'll have to find the piece of paper. Oh, I'm so prepared. I kind of thought of this last minute. I thought of the quiz a couple of days ago, but I kind of thought of how to do it now last minute. One of you will win a game. Now there are 3 games here. You'll pick 1, 2, or 3. And if there's enough people, I'm talking 10 to 20 people in the stream, then we will have the quiz. So if you have any friends out there who are Zen fam, get them involved, get them tell that the stream is happening, the stream is live, and that there's a chance to win a prize. That's one of my own games from my own personal collection, by the way. It's not like I've lifted it from Asda or something. Then again, you wouldn't be able to do that anyway because they don't keep the boxes. They don't keep the game discs in the boxes. They're you have to go to a counter and put the disc in the box. I think it's been a while since I bought a game from Asda. The last time I did, it was actually Assassin's Creed, the recent one, the one that was going back to the roots. I forget the name of it for the moment, which is naughty of me. Played that, loved that. That was a good game. Let's see. Oh yes, so anyway, there are now 4 people on the stream, so hello and welcome. We're talking about the recent 30th anniversary. Mirage, that's the tappy. Thank you, Gavla, you excellent person. Okay, so yeah, those little grippy bits on the triggers, so good. I wish they were on the normal DualSense 30th anniversary edition. Of course, what would be really good, and I've said this for quite some time, is what is actually needed is for PlayStation to have a store where you can go and customize your own controllers. Xbox has had one for years. Sony should totally do that because Xbox has sold many, many controllers to many, many people via that store because people like to make a thing their own. And as I'm sure some of you have seen me post from time to time, the one thing I want most of all is I would like an original PlayStation Colors DualSense, but with that logo there, plastered onto the touchpad. Obviously remove the white. I mean, have it as a transparent PDF, so it's just the black that's there. And I'm sure some of you use either my Twitter or my Instagram, or even some of the posts here when I do community posts, must have seen me post that image by now. In fact, I think I've used it in a couple of videos in the past too. So if I could get that, that'd be brilliant. Now, the only thing I didn't see in the post, admittedly, I haven't gone to the blog site to read the full article, but then whoever does, apart from press, admittedly, I'm kind of press, but, I'll gloss over that because I may be partially pressed, but I also have a job. So, what they haven't done is they haven't said, here, you can also buy these plates for your standard launch model disc edition PS5. Because I would probably buy those plates. the only time I actually would think about the plates. I did think about, admittedly, getting a set of black plates, but because I do prefer black equipment. I mean, my DualSense is black, and I prefer it that way. I just happen to think that black electronics just look better. I mean, all my stereo equipment is black. You know, my headphones that I stood about with are black. My phone is black. My telly is black. I could go on and on and on. So the idea of having a completely black PlayStation 5 would be delicious to me, especially, especially if it was Vanta Black. I mean, you know, when you're a metal guy, black is important. I mean, most everything I wear is black. I just have black stuff. I mean, you know, classic metalhead, you know, black leather jacket. That's me. And just that's all I wear. That's all I've got is a black leather jacket. Admittedly, I do have a battle jacket up in the loft, but it's falling to bits, and I just never really have the time to sit there and meticulously take every patch off that jacket and transfer it onto a new jacket. Never mind the actual available funds to go out and buy a new denim jacket. And find a denim jacket that can do what I need a jacket to do these days in 2024, i.e., house even my massive wallet and my massive, massive phone. I mean, because, like, this is my wallet, right, guys? Hang on. Yep, it's an original PlayStation wallet. And as you can see, it's kind of rammed with all kinds of things. But you know what it's not rammed with at all? It is not rammed with any money. It's all cards and receipts and reminders of stuff. And most of the receipts here are basically rent receipts. Because once a couple of years ago, the council tried to pretend that I didn't pay them their rent. Actually, hey man, how you doing? Phil Scottish Gamer here. I've been gaming channel. I was wondering if there's any games you really... Oh, hang on. Let's see. Any games that you really enjoy playing? And what's your favourite game of all time? Oh god, that's a big question, my brother. Whoo, favourite game of all time. Urgh. You see, that's the tricky thing. As I was doing in my 10 burning questions video, and by the way, the 12th answer will come as a short after this video is settled down and being available to watch as a VOD. I love the game I'm playing at the time I'm playing it. There's some games that will stay in my memory and I'll look back upon fondly. But generally speaking, as a gamer, I live in the moment. And I go from game to game to game. And it's very, very rare that I will replay a game. It has to be something special. Or it has to have come from a special part of my time. And I really want to relive that. Like, for instance, at the moment, even though it's the definitive edition version, or the defective edition version, as so many people call it, I am currently replaying my way through San Andreas. And that's just because I just really wanted to replay San Andreas. I think it's all the buzz with, like, you know, the upcoming Grand Theft Auto 6. I think I've just kind of got a bit of a bug for GTA, and I really wanted to relive it. Because I played that game when it first came out, and there's a lot of happy memories attached to that game. And sometimes you just want to reach out to a place and time when everything was cool. But there are many games I've loved. I mean, I've loved the Horizon games. Yeah, I'd love to play original. Hey, Marky Man! Nice to see you, bro! This gentleman, Mark Goes Blind Gaming. If you don't know this man, get to know his channel. Dude is awesome. Yeah, I mean, I've loved Days Gone. I've obviously loved a lot of the Grand Theft Autos. There's barely been one I didn't like. This is going to be a bit of an unpopular opinion, but I wasn't as enamoured with Vice City. It was playable and it was fun for the time. But when I look back at it, I actually remember very little of it. whilst with San Andreas, I'm playing it and I'm going, oh yeah, this bit cool. And I would dearly someday like for Rockstar to do a proper remaster of 4, because 4 was epic. The driving was incredible. The gunplay, admittedly, okay, that left a little bit to be desired. But the story! Oh, I mean, Nico Bellic, what a character. And the story that they weave for him. And to bring, if they brought Liberty City stories into it as part of it, you know, you finish your Nico Bellic storyline, and then you dive into the Liberty City stories. Because both of them, I mean, The Lost and the Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony were fantastic, especially The Lost and the Damned. And the radio stations in that game, par excellence. J-Dog! Hey! J-Dog is always the man. Oh, God. It's good to see you, Jay. So, like, yeah. There's been a whole host of games over the years that I have had different kinds of emotional engagement with. Games that have either just like really challenged me as a gamer and I've just munched my way through them and had brilliant times, or games that have like hit me in a different emotional place, like when I played The Walking Dead Season 2 and I was streaming it, and that's when I used to have the Twitch channel, and I used to stream every Thursday night. And at one point I'm playing the game and there was a whole miscarriage situation as part of the storyline. And I had recently myself, me and my wife, we'd been through a miscarriage. And that hit, that really did. I didn't stop the stream, but I'd kind of, hey dad, hey too. I kind of had to sort of like put a pause in the stream, and I kind of just had to collect myself. It's like, and I did that in front of a live audience. And that was a tough game to play after that, but it was such a compelling title that it pulled me through. And I could talk like that all night about games that have come up and have hit me in a particular way. And it's just like, where's that gone all weird? No, 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 don't do that, don't do that. Hang on. It's doing... Oh, it's doing weird things, never mind. Oh, I don't know. This stream is just full of technical weirdness tonight, but as long as it's working, you guys can see me. Anyway, judging by the comments, there seems to be a fair few in here now, so I shall reiterate the competition we're having tonight. Yes, indeedly doodly, neighbourito. Right, so this here is a gaming quiz I got given for Christmas. It was a stocking present, probably like 2-3 years ago, and I kind of put it down and forgot about it. And then I remembered it when I was planning this stream, and I went hunting for it and found it. Now, what this is a bunch of wee cards. One side's got a question, the other side's got the answer. Once we got, say, like 10, maybe 20 folk in the stream, I'll get some names of people who want to play. I'll note them down on a piece of paper, and I will go round those names and I will ask them each a question from the deck of cards, which I'll show you right now. Hang on. I took the sticker off one side, but don't know if you can make that out, the shininess on it, but they're still in the plastic. See? Hang on, maybe if I come back a little bit. They're still, yeah, they see that? They're still in the plastic. So, yeah, unopened quiz cards. And for whoever turns out to be the clear, unadulterated winner, there are free mystery games for you to win. So, you could win one of my personal collection. Now, it's not a massive prize, but it's a freebie. Hey! 8 viewers. This is more like what we're talking about. Let me pick up my phone again, because I'm sure there'll be some questions coming in soon. Yeah, so, as I was saying, there have been many, many games that have hit me, you know, in different ways. I mean, one game that I used to love playing with my mate Dave, the Grey Wolf, who is obviously part of #Support Scottish YouTubers alum, much like Gavilar. Um, when I was playing that game with him, we used to have the best time. And we did also with the Division 2. And there's just something about being in a team of players and defeating maps and gaining objectives and leveling up gear and leveling up weapons and getting Thanks, man. This t-shirt's an original. It's like you just don't get ones like this anymore. I mean, this was actually an ex-girlfriend. And it's good to have Mike in the house, man, because Mike is the dude. Mike was also in my new series just recently, for any of you News End fan members. My series called Vertical Slice. Yeah, smoke me a kipper. And the new series, Vertical Slice, which is basically a live stream series where I try and find interesting people to talk to from gaming culture. The first episode was yeah, was the current host of YouTuber of the Month, uh, Mike's Gaming Gala, and the second interview thus far was my friend Davey, who is actually a games journalist. So there was a little bit of like how the sausage is made and what it's like to actually be a games journalist. And there's a couple other people I've reached out to for interviews, but they've yet to get back to me. But hopefully, as I can get more interviews done, then hopefully the name can grow of the series, and perhaps I could turn it into something. Scottish Man Cave, another alum of hashtag support Scottish YouTubers. And I hopefully will keep up the content. I don't see myself ever stopping anytime soon, to be fair, man. I like doing this too much, and I'm too much of an opinionated person. You know, almost swore. Too much of an opinionated person to not do this. Although I do know that, like, this, me being a YouTuber, puts my wife's eyebrows firmly in the ceiling. Oops, hang on. What's that? Uh, did you see the Amstrain Arcade now available on PlayStation? I paid €40 for the year prescription. No, I did not, but that sounds intriguing. Yeah, 1,000 uploads is no joke, man. I mean, I've been tubing for a bit over a decade, and I've often thought it might be fun to sort of like have some sort of series set up where I tell a person on YouTube that I know to go and review their first ever video, and then another person does it, another person does it, another person does it, and maybe at some point, somewhere along the twisted line of YouTube, it would come back to me, and I'd have to review my first ever video. Although I'll tell you right now, ooh, it was rough. It was rough. The weird thing is, as that first ever video has passed from server to server to server to server, because the video is like, nearly 11 years old, the sound quality has gotten worse and worse because it's a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy of a. You get the drift. And the lighting is horrendous because I'm using the webcam that was built in to my computer of that period, and that computer itself was already second hand from a pal. It's like, so I mean, this was not a spring chicken computer by any stretch of the imagination, but I just wanted to do it. And it's funny when I look about how this channel began, because um, this channel was, for the longest time, wasn't really a channel. It was just a repository of videos. That's why if you look right back at the beginning of it, there's a couple of videos where I tried to do YouTube and just sort of faded away. And then I put up a couple of videos from me doing martial arts when I used to do martial arts back in the day. And then there's like a couple other videos that are sort of like of my kid and stuff, where he was a tiny, tiny little person. And then I tried to become part of, this is real internet history here. Does anybody remember or ever watched the Hate Bit podcast? Yeah, this was like Razor Fist, Alpha Megasin, and another bloke whose name escapes me for the moment. And they had this podcast, and it was like one of the early podcasts on YouTube. And I dutifully tuned in every week. And one week they said, "Hey, we're looking to get a fourth person." So obviously, me being me, I took a punt. The punt was unsuccessful, but I had a go. And sort of like tried to say, "Hey, I'd be good for the podcast. I'd love doing it. I love what you guys do." Blah 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 blah. And they never took me. But then, crucially, they never took anybody else. So you win some, you lose some. And then I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna do this anyway. And at the time, I was watching my particular heroes of YouTube at that point were Alpha Megasin, Richard Review Tech USA when he was mostly about gaming, before he got into all the big newsy stuff, and before he really got into product reviews. He was all about the gaming news and that. And the very, very, very early days of Ollie 43, before he was doing Grand Theft Auto 5, and he was doing replays of old Grand Theft Auto 4 stuff. And then began to talk about the upcoming Grand Theft Auto 5. So we're really going back some. And when you figure that, like, it was about 2-3 months after I started this channel, that's when Grand Theft Auto 5 hit. And that was there at the launch night, first in line, with the goodie bag and all the rest of it. And then a couple of days later, I came online and I stood on the bridge that overlooked the Rockstar headquarters. And I did a review all in pirate voice. Crazy times, man. Absolutely crazy times. Yeah, I know. It's just over 11 years, man. It's like, what? Is that possible? How is that possible? It just doesn't make sense sometimes. But then it's like, I mean, I'm a dad, and I look at my kids sometimes, and it's like, hang on, I need both my hands. It's like, I used to have him on my arm, and his head would be here, and his feet would be either side of my elbow. And it was just, and I look at him, and I just go, oh. And I look at him now, and hang on, he's about as tall as my wife is. He's coming up on me, and yeah, I'm with you on that one, dude. I look at him, and I'm like looking at him here in my mind's eye, and I have a trouble conflating the two. Yeah, he kind of has, hasn't he? It's a shame because he's a good tuber. He used to do good stuff, and I think the way that he treated Jay. I mean, okay, they've sorted it out, but the way he treated Jay was rubbish. But then I remember when Jay was part of that other collective from Canada, and it was the Metal Channel, which had like some skit comedy, and I dedicated a video to them. They eat all your food. Yeah, that's so true, man. The little dude's eating me out of house and home, and he keeps growing. And then of course it's expensive because I've got to, clothe him. Your oldest is 6'5". Oh God, that's the thing. I mean, like my in-laws, my father-in-law, and one of my brother-in-laws are like both 6-footers. And like my uncle Terry, who I never really got to know because he died when I was a few months old, he was a 6-footer, and my granddad on my mum's side, he was a 6-footer. Now it didn't hit me because I'm only like 5'7", but there's a possibility that height could filter into the boy. Now he might not hit 6 foot, but there's a good chance that he'll end up taller than me. But I have told him that if he gets taller than me, then he's reaching stuff from the top shelf of Asda for me. I'm used to that height. It's like if you're going to grow bigger than me, boy, then you're reaching stuff down from the height from the top shelf in Asda. Buying him new hockey goal gear every year. Yeah, I can relate to that. It's like school uniforms. Oh, gee. It's horrible. It really is. Thank God for the cheap range of school uniforms that have started coming out, like through the big box stores and through like Primark and that. They're a godsend. And at my laddie's school isn't that bad for like uniform requirements. I have a feeling mine will be close to that size also. How tall are you, Mark? Just as a question. Uh, how many people we got in? Let's see. Is there a way? I can't remember if there's a way for me to find out. Okay. Yeah, it really did suck. Hang on, I'm just trying to remember if I can. No, 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 no. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Go back, go back. Have I just killed the stream? Have I just killed the stream? Uh, no, hang on. Bring me back. No, not that. Dear God, not that. Oh God. I just tried to find out how many people were in the stream, and it's all gone to pot. Um. Sorry guys. Hang on, who's saying what here? The stream is still there. Good. Um. Okay, I'm just still trying to figure this out. I don't know what I pressed to make it all go wonky. Let's see. Screenshot, no. Save gameplay, no. Yeah, I'm sure. I know you can hear me but not see me because I pressed something I shouldn't have pressed. But unfortunately, I'm not sure what I pressed. Let's see, broadcast. Uh, no, I don't want to pause the broadcast. I don't want to stop the broadcast. I don't want to share screen. Don't want any capture options. I don't know how to get it back, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, I guess I just have to talk and talk and talk until you get tired of me. And obviously, when it comes to it, I'll read out the questions if we get enough entrants. Actually, that should remind people now of the. There's now a few years in here. I should probably speak again of the rules of the competition. I have got a small pack of gaming related quiz cards that I got for Christmas in a stocking present about like 2-3 years ago. And I kind of put them down and forgot about them. Yeah, it's become an audio podcast, I know. So basically, I've got the cards. They're still unopened. They're still sealed in the plastic. If we get enough people, then I will take down the names of the people that wish to play. I will go round each person. I will ask them a question from the quiz cards. And the person who scores the highest. Are you at work? Alright, dude. It's a shame that we'll be losing, but thank you for tuning in. Once we've got enough people, and if indeed we get enough people, I have 3 PlayStation games for you to win. You won't win all 3 of them. You'll pick 1, 2, or 3, and then whichever one you pick, you'll come to me later on in Twitter DMs. And you'll share with me your postal information, and then I will basically then send you the game. But obviously, this is going to require a few more people actually being live and participating in the stream. Now, since this is a Q&A, would anybody like to actually ask a question? So far, we've only had one question, and mostly I've just been blethering on, just freewheeling it. Luckily, I'm a chatterbox, so it's able for me to do that. But if I haven't, don't phone. It's just for fun. Oh, right. It took me a second. Sorry, dude. Yeah, I get my Chris Tarrant on, eh? It's like I should explain. Oh, wait a minute, because Big Breakfast. Yeah, man. Who's my favourite Canadian YouTuber? That's a good question. Because there's a good numbers of yous out there. Your countrymen, there's a lot of really good Canadian YouTubers. That's cool, man. It's like it's not interruption. I mean, it's a Q&A stream, so if you got a burning question, especially you, J-Dog, I mean, you're an OG. If you want to ask a question, man, you go right ahead, pal. It's all good. Does free will exist or is it an illusion? Oh, we're going that deep, are we? I'll come back to your GTA 6 question. Right, now that's a deep one because we live our lives through decisions, but then our decisions come about through other decisions that were made for us or made in spite of us. So other interests outside the game, I'll come to that as well. Remind me in a minute. So technically speaking, because we interact with our environment and we react to our environment and sometimes against our environment, does that mean that we're just governed by reactions and therefore that's not free will? We're just acting as we have learned to act through our given experience as we've gone through life. There's the essence of it. Is like, what is free will? What is choice? And does it actually exist? Or is choice just a different measure of control that we put upon ourselves? Whoa, getting drowned in the deepness now, lads. Right, let's see. What were those other questions? Aside from GTA 6, which game are you looking forward to coming out to? Ooh, good question. Hang on, what was that last one? I missed that. In your 10 burning questions video, the question about favourite consoles, you must have named every PlayStation, not including anything Sony. What is your favourite games console? That's a really good question, Mike. I would probably actually. It's a tough one because I tend to swivel between, and this is going to sound a bit nuts, but between the Mega Drive or Genesis and the N64. And the Mega Drive because I think a lot of my friends had Mega Drives and there was a lot of great games, and when I used to like go from shop to shop to shop and playing in demo stations, there always seemed to be slightly cooler and slightly more interesting games on the Sega system. And of course, without the, you know, quiet phone. But then when it comes to the N64, I really enjoyed that system because there was some really, really clever games, and I had a flatmate who had it, and I played on it a whole bunch. I mean, I played like, what was it? I think it was called Dark Man or something. It was like this dude who basically was like, he had like this fig in his chest, and he would like bounced about through between life and death. And there was this other game with this lassie who was like, she was like going like this weird dimensional adventure, and she had this stone demon geezer with her who was actually voiced by Andreas Kessler, the guy who plays Jakar in Babylon 5. And of course, Wetrix. Really, really loved Wetrix. Such a great game, brilliant concept. Uh, so I would say those are two systems that really stuck out for me that are not Sony systems. Anyway, where was I? What was that Grand Theft Auto question? Yeah, so other games I'm looking forward to apart from Grand Theft Auto. Um, well, there's a bunch of games that I've yet to play that have already released that I'd still want to play. I still haven't had a chance to play Spider-Man 2, so hopefully someday I get my hands on that. I'm really looking forward, obviously, to the Wolverine game. Um, True, the library's not as good, but the games that are there, you can see me. Oh, cool. I didn't think you could see me because, well, I can't see me on the screen, but if you could see me, brilliant. Where was I? Lost my thread there. Where was I? This is moving fast. Yeah. Where was I? Right, what was that GTA question? Oh yeah, that's it. You can't. Okay, that's weird. Some people can see me and some people can't see me. What devices are you watching on, if I can ask? In the chat, type in what device you're watching on. Were you watching through a games console on a telly? Are you watching on a tablet? Are you watching on a phone? Are you watching on a PC? Are you watching on a laptop? Laptop. Okay, cool. Um, because sometimes I think it might be a question of operating system. Who knows? Um, let's see. Where was I? Dang it! I keep losing my thread. Okay, let's go to that next question. Phone and I can't see you. Android or iOS? I guess is the next question from there, fella. Let's see. Where was that next question after the GTA one? Let's see. Uh, Interest. J Dog asked in a hotel room in France. But what device? iOS. Ah, interesting. Okay, let's see. Other interests outside of gaming. Well, I used to have lots of interests outside of gaming, but as the years have gone by, they've all sort of filtered away because of time and money. Because I used to study martial arts, I used to read comics, I used to collect comics. I was a big Android phone, the man, nice. Um, I used to read tons of manga and read a bunch of stuff from New England comics. That's how I fell in love with the Tick. Well, admittedly, I saw the animation series on BBC Two back in the day, and then I found out there was a comic. I started reading the comic. And yes, I loved the Amazon series. That was brilliant. There should be more. Um, I used to really love my club life. I was a massive clubber. There was a point where, like, every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night, because I was unemployed and because I had a reputation for being a club dancer, there was a lot of the clubs I got into either for nothing or for cheap because of my reputation. And so, yeah, that was a thing. I was clubbing all the time. So I was either clubbing, training, or playing games or reading comics. Admittedly, I was completely single, and so yeah, being single meant I had a lot of free time, but also unemployment. I hadn't any money, so now I'm employed and I'm married, but I don't have any time. Which is, the typical story of the average gamer. We have no time. Oh no. So yeah, right now it's basically like my hobbies, unfortunately, are being a YouTuber, doing a little bit of graphic design, mostly stuff for like the Redbubble store, um, and which is obviously filtered into the work I use for doing YouTube because that becomes part of my thumbnail making. Um, I do love to keep up with politics. Politics has always been a big thing for me because my mum was very passionate about politics. And then when I went to secondary school, I had a modern studies teacher who was inordinately scary. But you learned in Miss McLeod's classroom, otherwise you were toast. she was she was 6'2", um, and she basically strode her classroom like a Goliath. And she had this gigantic A1 size poster of Bob Dylan behind her desk. And she would point over her shoulder and say things like, "That is my sanity." And even at a tender age of like 15, I was like, "Bob Dylan's your sanity, missus." Wow. And she would say things like, "Yeah, you must know your globe." I was like, aye, okay. And my desk was the one right at the front, which was brilliant because I was learning and I was front and center and I could see everything. But Miss McLeod had a habit of whenever she wanted to make a particularly salient point of thumping the desk in front of her, and every time she thumped the desk, she would repeat the piece of information, and she believed in the rule of three for learning. So you would get 360 constituencies, 360 three times banging on my desk. But like I said, in Miss McLeod's class, you learned. I mean, this woman, she had her husband take her name. Hey, Shabba. Hey, nice to see you along, man. Nice to see you here indeed. Say hello to your son for me. Hopefully he's tuning in as well. Let's see. What was that other question now? After we got the one about other things outside of gaming. Let's see. Oh God, I have to go back a bit through the chat here. Let's see. That's too far. Do, do, do. Let's see. Where was it? Where was it? That's too far again. Okay, I've lost the question. Somebody asked a really good question, and now I can't remember what it was, and I totally can't find it. He's out clubbing. Good man. Keep up the traditions. What is clubbing these days? I really don't know. I used to know clubbing so well, but like these last week, I mean, I did try to go back to clubbing a couple of years ago because it was finally something for me to go to that I would actually like the music of. And I went the one time, and I was totally going to go back, but then like I had a change of jobs and hours became untenable, and I've just never been able to get back since. Especially now because like half the time I'm working the weekends. And I usually try to make sure that I'm working the weekends because the job that I'm doing right now, if I work the weekends, I get paid a bit more. And in this current economy, every pound counts. So I'm kind of have to make sure I work that. There must be more than two, says six are watching on my screen. Yeah, it said seven on my screen a moment ago. What was that? At 42, I'm way too old for clubbing now. We see, next month, I'm going to be 50. And this was only a couple of years ago, so at like 50, nah, it's 47, 48-ish, I took myself out clubbing, and I still had an awesome time. But then, you know me, man, I love to dance. So, good God, all you early 40s, man, and I'm still giving it the moves. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, I'm built different, defective, like. Oh God, God Almighty. Let's see. So, someone asked something before, and I'm trying to remember what it was they asked. Chippendales. I missed that one. Oh God. Actually, that was the thing. There was a one time, back in my early 20s, I heard that the Burke and Hare, which is a strip club in Edinburgh, um, they were looking to hire males for their, for their hire male dancers for like hen parties and that. And I did apply because I was a bit cut back then, because I was doing martial arts and I was clubbing all the time. And the last gig I went to was Body Count, and it was awesome. It was so good seeing Body Count after their last appearance back in '92 in the Barras, and they absolutely ripped the roof off the place. And one of the best bits of the entire night, iced tea, and I was right at the front, like I was last time, like I nearly always am, because I'm short, so if I don't get to the front, I don't see the gig, so I make a point of it. Um, I was at the front, and iced tea basically said, "Was anybody here when we were last here?" And I shouted out, "Aye, Ice, I was here last time." It was not luck, had nothing to do with it. I just saw the tickets were up, and I put the money down, and even though it was a bit too expensive, I had to go, mate. And when I shouted out, "Was anybody here?" and I shouted, "Yeah, it's me," at the top of my lungs, he turned. He said, "You were here last time?" I said, "Yeah, I was here in '94. I mean, sorry, '92 and blah, blah, blah." And I shouted about how I was the last one in the stage diving competition, which I was. And that was an amazing, I should tell, I've probably told the story before. Anyway, and he turned, and even though I can't swear here because I've chosen not to swear on this channel, he called me he said I was a bad ASSMFer. And I was like, I was made up for the rest of the night. I mean, Ice-T called me that. I was like, wow. I mean, if Ice-T is calling you that, that's tip top. I mean, that's cherry on the cake, man. That is. So I was well happy. Like, oh man, yeah. But I have been considering of going to go see the Chats this December. If you don't know the Chats, they're an Australian three-piece garage punk band, and they're absolutely fantastic. They're one of these bands they don't take music too seriously. They have a laugh. Like I would instruct all of you after the stream to stay on YouTube and go look for a song called Pub Feed. Oh man, Pub Feed is quite the song, or Smoko. I'm on Smoko, so leave me alone. I'm on Smoko. Fantastic stuff. It's the stripped down garage punk, and it's definitely worth your time. Like, oh, you know them? Neat, man, neat. It's kind of cool that when people know the same bands I know. I mean, I know you'll know a lot of the bands I know, man, because we can't. Hey, he knows the Chats as well. Fantastic. Oh, this is so cool. Right, the chat keeps going up and down. One minute I'm told I've got like 8 people, then I'm being told I've got 5 people, then I got told I've like got 10 people. It's like I can't. There doesn't seem to be a reliable tally on this. It's like, I mean, the live chat here on YouTube is telling me that I've got 5, but then I had a screen message on my PlayStation notifications telling me that I had 8. But I would like to get it just a little bit higher so I can do this quiz. I mean, because I do want to do the quiz. It would be kind of cool. Just as a show of hands out there in the chat, who's up for the quiz? Do you know about the quiz even? The tally is never right. This is so true, man. Because I suppose it's a live, continually amorphous blob of numbers. Hey, hon, what's it? Right, you know what? I'm gonna get a bit of paper, and I'm gonna take some names down, and I'm gonna do the quiz. Give me a second. I know I've got a pen here, so I just need to find a bit of paper so I can keep tally. Let's see. This envelope will do. Righty-ho. By the way, you guys probably know what I think of PlayStation Plus. Oh, cool. While I'm readying names on a piece of paper, why don't you tell me what you lot think of PlayStation Plus? I mean, not PlayStation Plus, PlayStation 5 Pro, sorry. Good God. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Who else was it that said they wanted in? Let's see. Hey, on pods. Who else wanted in? Hutch. Let's see. Oh, and J-Dog. Okie dokie. Right then, so let's get those cards opened. We'll take the plastic off the cards and we'll get cracking. Let's see, I don't blame them for... Oh, dang it, I missed that. I should just have read it off my phone. I don't blame them for claiming the price of PlayStation 5 since they know it will sell them, but I don't feel really... Yeah. I mean, it'd be neat to own one, but I just couldn't justify the price. I mean, I just don't believe personally that there's enough of an upgrade in what the system can do to warrant it being 700 quid. what I really do feel sorry for though is I feel sorry for those in North America because they won't they won't pay that $700. They'll pay more, and they'll pay more depending where they are in the United States, because every state, in fact every part of the states in the United States, have oh yeah, that parental pressure. Gee, oh yeah, um, they have different tax regulations. So there's the cost of the thing, and then there's the sales tax of the thing. So it's all over the shop. It really is. Right. So we've got. Hang on. Make sure I put the actual screen name for that, because I know his name, but I should use his screen name. So Roy. Okie dokie. So we're going. The first person to be asked questions will be Roy. Then we go with Puds. Then we go with Hutch, and then we go with J Dog. Hey, Jack. Nice to see you, bro. Okie dokie. Right. So give these a wee shuffle. What was that? Something about my wallet. I've got a big leather jacket, mate. Ah, dear God. Righty-o, so I'll give these cards a wee souffle. I don't know why I said it like that, but I did. So we just live with it. So far it's a decent stream. Could do with a few more folk. We're currently having a wee competition right now, Jack. So we've got some contestants, and I've got some gaming trivia cards that I got as a part of my Christmas about 2-3 years ago in the stocking present. And yeah, so I'll ask a few questions, and one of the 4 contestants will win a game of their choice. And they'll have the choice of 1, 2, or 3. And if they tell me the game, the number that they've chosen, if indeed they are the winner, then I will obviously... you were able to see me, and then I pressed something by accident, and then I made it go like how you're seeing it currently. So I'm afraid at the moment, unless you know how to get it back, you'll just have to deal with this in audio format. But luckily, my gregarious nature will hopefully carry us through. But it is annoying. Anyway, first up, Roy. Question. In which best-selling open-ended game do players create and build constructions out of textured cubes in a 3D world? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Correct. 1 point for Roy. Okie dokie. Oops. Keep the chat rolling where I can see it. Right then. Puds. Your question. Which game would you find big daddies and little sisters? Oh, this is too easy. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Correct. Oh, the questions get a little bit more complex than this, so this quiz is going to be too tight. Okie dokie. Hutch. Your question. Which iconic video game character was known as Jumpman when he first appeared in the 1991 Donkey Kong? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, you're lucky I gave you that extra little chunk of time there, dude. But yes. You've misunderstood the question. What was the name of the video game character? what was the iconic video game character? So you should have given me the name. Because the answer question says, the question here on the card says Mario. So I'm afraid that's 0 points, brother. Even though technically you are right. To the wording of the question, I'm afraid you were the first one to not get one correct. But there's plenty of questions. You can come back. Right, too. And J-Dog, in which Sonic the Hedgehog game did Tails first appear? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Giving small amount of time for delay. And no answer from J-Dog. I have seen the first Sonic movie, but I have not seen any of the subsequent ones. But I've heard they are a lot of fun. And the third one looks like it's actually going to be a total blast. Yeah, so it's like my wingspan is considerable. Okie dokie, we're going back to Roy for his second question. In gaming, what does AR stand for? That's a bit more technical. Oh yeah, sorry. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Augmented reality. But then I know you're not big on the tech stuff, dude, so that's fair enough. Okie dokie. So far, it's Roy with 1 point, Puds with 1 point, Hutch and Jay are still yet to score. We are now moving back to Puds for his second question. Puds, which revolutionary mobile phone game became a worldwide craze in 2016? Anyway, oh yeah, 9, 8, 7, 6, sorry, I keep forgetting to count, 4, I don't know, 5, 4, 3, 2, nice one, dude, you got that. Pokemon Go it is, well done, sir. Okie dokie, so far Puds has got 2 points. He is currently in the lead. Okie dokie, Hutch. Your question is, Star Wars star Mark Hamill was critically acclaimed for his voice work as which character in multiple Batman games? And if you don't get this, I will be very disappointed in you, sir. Okie dokie, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Correct, sir. Very good. You have maintained your dignity. It was, of course, the Joker. And it has to be said that Mark Hamill's Joker is one of the superior Jokers, unless, of course, we are counting the dearly departed Heath Ledger, because his Joker was legendary. Okie dokie. J-Dog, your second question. In the best-selling series of games... Oh, come on. This is terrible. Right. What does GTA stand for? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extra time for lag. Extra time for lag waning. No answer, no score. Apologies, but you probably all out there knew anyway. Great time always. I appreciate that, man. Rightio. Grand Theft Auto, of course, is the answer, and we all knew that. Okie dokie, we go back to Roy for his third question. Rightio. In which game did players take control and run a hospital curing ailments, curing ailments such as transparency, bobbly head, slack tongue, and haireitis? I've never heard of this. This is a new one on me. Oh, that. Right. Oh. Okay, cool. Anyway, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Adding time for lag. Oh, it's not looking good for you, Roy. That's another 0. So far, Puds is the only person to really be having any kind of lead with 2 points. And we go back to Puds for his third question. Well, this is a good one. PT was a much talked about playable teaser for an ultimately cancelled installment of which horror game series? 10, 9, 8. Very quick, sir. Very quick. Very well done. 3 points for Puds. Puds is definitely in the lead now with 3 points. Generation Pixels in the house. Lovely. Nice to see you, sir. Nice to see you indeed. Okie dokie. Hutch, here comes your third question. Hearthstone is a free-to-play online card game that builds upon the lore of which popular fantasy games series? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You said Heroes of Warcraft. On the card it says Warcraft. I'm going to take that as a correct answer. That's close enough for me. So you have 2 points to Puds' 3 points. So it's still all to play for. Dun dun dun. J-Dog, here we go with your third question. I'm having a good time tonight, man. Thank you very much for asking, and I hope you're having a good time in the stream. Stick around. Once we've done the quiz, we'll be up for more questions and stuff. Righto. Anyway, J-Dog, which game features a deadly character, Agent 47? If you don't get this one, dear God. Anyway, 10, 9, 8, 7. Correctamundo. I can't believe I actually just used that phrase, but there you go. That's your first point, J-Dog. You are on the board. Whoop, whoop. Go with the dog. Rightio, Roy. Time for your redemption moment, sunshine. Let's do this. Your fourth question. Which word precedes asylum, city, and night in the best-selling Batman series of games? Come on, Roy, I believe in you. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Yes! Yes, you're on the board again, my friend. Beautiful. Ha ha. And Pixel's helping you out, because that's what ZenFam does. ZenFam helps ZenFam. I love it. Cool. Question number 4 for Puds. Righto. Pinky, Blinky, Inky, and Clyde chase which legendary character around a maze in the classic arcade game? Okie dokie. 10, 9, Wait, yeah, it was quick, Puds. Well done, sir. Good to see you know what you're doing. Right. We're going to probably do... I'm thinking if how the scoring goes fairly soon, I may have to just concede this to Puds because Puds is ripping yous all. Favourite colour? Black. Because of metal. It's like that and I'm colourblind. Although admittedly, if people would quote to me and go, you can't choose black, black's not a colour, black is the absence of colour, then I'd go silver. Because silver's cool. And I upstairs in the bedroom, I still have my silver PVC kilt, which is just too cool. Oh man. Anyway, right, so Hutch, your fourth question. The DualShock controller and its successors are associated with which leading brand of console? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Of course it is. Of course it is. Right, Hutch, you're still keeping things interesting. You have 4 points to Puds' You have 3 points to Puds' 4 points, so it's still all to play for. So there'll still be a good amount of questions to come out, so we have a definitive winner. Moving on to J-Dog and his fourth question. Nice. And as I was saying before, if I could have a PlayStation that was coloured Vanta black, I would be a very, very happy boy. Right, anyway, J-Dog, your question. Which game, first released in 2008 and highly praised for its emphasis on user-generated content, had the tagline, play, create, share? Ooh. And this is a game I very much enjoyed and enjoyed most of the games of its series. 10, 9. You've no idea, dude. Generation Pixel, you want to tell the man while I mark him up as a 0 points? Because I know you know. Yar's Revenge. It's like Little Big Planet. Hey, there you go, Pixel's got it. And so is Puds. Little Big Planet, brilliant games. The karting, was okay, but it was basically just trying to be what had come before with Mod Nation Racers, and Mod Nation Racers was far superior. Okie dokie. Right, we're going to go with your fifth question now, mate. Here we go. Which best-selling puzzle game requires a neat arrangement of tetraminos, geometric shapes made up of 4 blocks? If you don't get this, I'll be disappointed in you, sir. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Good man, good man. Dang it, I got a pen on my finger. Yeah. And it's a Sharpie as well. Eek. Alrighty, Puds. Can you make it 5 in a row? Dun dun dun. Puds, your question is, the official co-creator, Stephen Merchant, was critically acclaimed for his voice role in which 2011 game? 10, 9. Wow, Puds, that was fast, dude. That was fast and correct. Okie dokie. Okie dokie, Hutch. If you get this next one right, we'll still have another round of questions. But if you don't get this next one right, then Puds will have become a clear outstripping winner and take everybody out of the competition. So Hutch, let's do this, baby. let's make history. I hope that this question falls within your sphere of knowledge, because I'm having too much fun. Okie dokie, Hutch, ready? Which arcade game, based on a simplified version of table tennis, was first released in 1972? Come on, Puds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Nice one, Hutchie boy. Okie dokie, we will have another round of questions after we have finished J-Dog's 5th question. That's very true, Pixely boy. Very, very true. Okie dokie, so J-Dog, let's get you back on the leaderboard, sir. What is the common name given to competitive electronic gaming, including tournaments such as the International and the League of the League of Legends World Championships? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Come through, because the camera's not working anyway. Just keep it quiet, boy. 2. Okie dokie. That was a no. Nobody knew that one, so that's a 0. Okie dokie, Roy. Let's go with your, which is probably going to be your last question, because Puds is still very much has a commanding lead in this quiz. Just go through, lad. The camera's not working.
It's fine.
All right.
I'll let you do your thing.
Okay.
I'm not too desperate to do anything anyway.
Fair enough. Right, too. Guys are back quicker than I expected. Right, too. Alright, that I've gone on really long time. What time is it?
It's 9:30. This is the usual time we get back.
Oh, I've gone longer than I expected to then. Right. In that case, I'm going to do a couple more rounds, and then I'm going to do a couple of questions and round things off, so then your mother can watch whatever it was she was planning on watching.
Okay.
Cool. Sorry for the delay there, guys. Rightio. Sorry. Roy, let's do your, what possibly could end up being your last question. Okay. What was the full title of Uncharted 4, the concluding part of the Uncharted series? 10, 9, 8. Yes, it was, Puds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Not on the map. Good answer. Wrong, but entertaining. Okie dokie, Puds. This could be where you take the entire swing of the competition. Rightio. Here we go, Puds, with your 6th question. What was the first 3D Super Mario game making sufficient move away from its classic 2D side-scrolling origins? Now, I imagine you will get this in 10, 9... Well, Puds, you are just like fast, dude. Way fast. Okie dokie, Puds is on 6 points. Hutch, if you want to stay in the competition, dude, you've got to get this one. Otherwise, it's going to get awarded to Puds, because Puds is just doing stellar work here. Okie dokie, Hutch, here we go. Your 6th question. What was the title of the first in the series of the hugely popular FIFA football games? Oh. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Hutch did it. Nice one, Hutchy boy. The competition lives for another round. The grey wolf is in the house. Lovely. Nice to see you there, Davy boy. Okie dokie, J-Dog. Let's see if you've got this one in you, fella. You ready? Which game series brings toys to life using a portal of power, sorry. 10, 9, 8, have some confidence in yourself. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Small amount of time for lag. Ah, J-Dog, dude, I was really rooting for you, man. Skylanders. Ah, hard. I was really hoping for you there, man. I thought you had that in the bag. Right. This is going to be the last round of questions because this is getting a bit long in the tooth. So, Roy, dude, you've only got 3 points. J-Dog, you've only got 1 point. Puds, however, has 6 points. And Hutch has 5 points. So this is now coming down to just Hutch and Puds. Because, let's face it, with only one more question, unless Hutch and Puds answer both correctly, this could very well be the end of the quiz. Okie dokie, so Puds, your 7th question. What was the best-selling game on the original PlayStation with over 10 million sales worldwide? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Puds has got it, man. Dude, Puds, you are amazing, bro. You are just absolutely killing it, sunshine. I'm proud of you, my friend. This is awesome work. Okie dokie, Hutch. To keep the quiz alive and stay alive another round. What animals were particularly angry in the hugely popular mobile app first released in December 2009? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bird question mark? Okay, Zen fam, do I let him have that? Or do we award to Puds? Because he's partially right. Because it's Angry Birds. I leave it with you, Zen fam. Do we let there go another round? Or do we just award to Puds? Your answer in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Another round? Give it to him? Okay, Hutch, the community has spoken. You live one more life. Puds, you gonna make for a crushing victory here, my friend? This one is in the bag for you, I think, brother. Ryu and Ken feature in which iconic martial arts game franchise first launched in 1987? Don't even know why I'm turning the card over. 10, 9. Oh. Yeah, you said Street Fighter 2, which is actually more correct than the card because, as memory serves, Ken and Ryu were not in the first Street Fighter. I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure they weren't in the first Street Fighter. Or at least not both of them. So you're actually more, I think you're actually more right than the card. So you are still in it, my friend. And we go back to Hutch to see if he can keep the competition alive. Let's see. Hutch, which point-and-click adventure series included such titles of Shadow of the Templars, and The Smoking Mirror. 10, 9, 8, 7. Thank you, Jack. Thought I was right about that. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Well done, sir. You got another life. You managed to just keep on getting these. Well done. I am very proud of you. So it is still Hutch and Puds. Hutch standing at, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And Hutch standing at 7 points. So it is literally on a knife edge. If Puds can squeeze out one more point than Hutch, then we will have a winner. But right now, it's still not big enough a break to actually call it. Alright, actually, dog, you away? Okay, dokie, man. Thanks for playing, bro. You've been an excellent contestant and an awesome viewer as always. Pleasure suit, Larry. Sorry, what was you saying there, Davey, man? Let's see. Deciding question of how many shots. Later, J-Dog. You've been awesome, dude. Right, hang on. So, Puds, let's get you near our next question. Ocarina of Time is critically acclaimed installment of which video game series? Oh dear. 10, 9, 8. Yep, I figured you'd have that. I mean, if you got the others, you were so getting that one, mate. Oh my god. Some of these questions are just mad easy. Okay, Hutch, I believe in you, dude. Let's do this. The Dreamcast was made by which well-known video game company? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Correctamundo, Hutchie boy. Keeping the comp alive. Right, you know what? Given the way that these questions are going for, and looking at some of the questions ahead, I've not looked big time, I've looked about 2 or 3. I'm going to start, I don't know, this is like it's getting a bit ridiculous, guys. Hang on, excuse me a second. Right, sorry. Righto, oh, we got 11 viewers, that's lovely. Righto. Okay, dokie, Puds, let's do your next question. In the best-selling series of games, what does COD stand for? Oh dear God. 10. Actually, let's cut these times down and make it a bit more interesting. 5, 4. Yep. Puds has got it. Okay, so we're now on reduced count times. We're doing counts of 5. So you're going to have to be quicker with your answer now, Hutch. So pay attention. MMORPG, an acronym used to describe game series such as World of Warcraft, stands for what? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A little bit of time for lag. Oh, you lucky you added that last bit in at the end. However, you didn't give me... Oh no, you've given me the rest. Okay, fair enough. Your answer was in bits, but all the bits were in the right order. So, yeah, I will let you away with that. The competition lasts another round. But we are now still on the reduced count for answer time. Actually, let's create another line because these tally marks are getting a bit long in the tooth. So P and H. Alrighty. The headquarters of Rockstar Games are based in which city? I spoke of this earlier. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Aye. Puds is on fire. This man knows his stuff. Okie dokie. Okay, Hutch. Here we go again. What year was the Nintendo Entertainment System, NES, first released in Europe? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A little bit of time for lag. Oh, Hutchie boy. You saved yourself at the last second now, my friend. The last second. Very well done, sir. Okie dokie, Puds. Which Japanese video game company produced titles including Mega Man, Resident Evil, Devil May Cry, and Monster Hunter? You've got this. 5, 4. Yep. Fast as always, Puds. Fast as always. Well done, sir. Another point is yours. I'm starting to run out of cards here, guys. Somebody's got to win. Konami. Okie dokie. Ooh, this is a big question. Are you ready for this, Puds? I mean, Hutch, sorry. Right, you, Hutchie boy. First released in 1997 on the PlayStation before being remade in 2016 for the PlayStation 4, the seventh title of which RPG series is often described as one of the greatest games of all time. This is one for Generation Pixel, no doubt. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little bit of lead time for lag. Yet again, squeaking it in with another correct answer from the Hutchster. Well done, sir. Okie dokie, Puds. You guys are on fire, by the way. This is incredible stuff. I am very pleased with how you gentlemen are handling your games knowledge. Rest of the Zen fam, give applause in the chat for these two worthy competitors. Okie dokie. Pudsy boy. Which open world fantasy game series includes such titles as Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim? 5, 4, 3, 2. Hang on, what? 1. Yeah, cool. Pud's got it. What's that? Okie dokie. Calm down there, guys. Calm down. It's all good. This is just for funs. Okie doke. Hutchie boy. Here we go. Which Sega console was best known as the Genesis in North America? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little bit of time for lag. And... oh, dude! The Sega Mega Drive. Well, I can firmly now say that Puds is definitely the outright winner. Okie dokie, Puds. In the chat, you will now pick between 1, 2, and 3. One, 2, or 3, Puds, and that's the game you'll receive in the post. Puds has chosen number 3. That means Puds is receiving a copy on PlayStation 4 of Far Cry 5. Excellent game. I had such a good time with this game. And you will too, sir. So what you'll need to do is come to me on Twitter, DM me, and from your DM I will get your postal address, and this puppy will be winging its way to you. So Far Cry 5 now is the property of Puds. Well done, sir. You are a worthy winner. Rightio, we're going to do 2 more questions and then we're going to wrap this up because I am hogging the lounge and my family are back from their night out. Oh, right. I don't know how we're going to do this in Puds because I imagine you don't want to put your address online. Um, hmm. Because anyway you message me on YouTube in its current form, everybody will see your address and you'll end up doxing yourself, and we don't want that. How gracious of you, sir. Everybody, a round of applause for Puds. A true competitor and an absolute gentleman to boot. You be well, Mike. Safe travels, bruh. Okie dokie. Right, let's do 2 more questions and then we're going to wrap up this thing. Yeah, that was fun. We got through almost all the cards, by the way. uh, yeah, Mike is a good guy. Check out his channel, by the way, if you've never checked out his channel before in the chat, because he's a good bloke. He's a good creator. Right, so we've got any more questions? Because we're doing 2 more questions, and then the stream has got to go away, guys, because I've gone on a bit longer than I meant to. Well, you heard the man, Hutch. If you are able to DM me your address, I'll happily send it to you. If Puds is willing to give his price to you, that's grand. Oh, how many times did I revive you? Woohoo! Oh, you're back for 1 more question. I love the generosity here, man. Yeah, Hutch, you just like DM me on Twitter so that I can get your address and I'll get it sent to you, fella. Rightio, come on, somebody must have one final question. We're going to do 1 more question and then we're going to close this down. Lovely. I'll look for that fella. Nice one. Anybody got any further questions? When's the next live stream? Good question. Actually, I haven't really considered that because this live stream was going to be when you didn't miss this one. This one's turned out lovely. This live stream was basically because this was the 1,000th upload. The last one was for hitting 1,000 subscribers. So I suppose the next live stream will either be for hitting 1,500. When considering I'm getting close to 1,200, shouldn't be too far away as long as you keep on sharing the content, liking the content, and commenting on the content. Hopefully, we can spread out to more people. And yeah, So yeah, 1,500. That's probably a good point to do another live stream, unless somebody comes up with a better reason, or I'm able to somehow magically upgrade my setup so I can do live streams for events. And of course, the sooner I can get another person to speak to on Vertical Slice, then that itself is obviously that's a live event. Admittedly, not as long as one of these Q&A streams, but still a live event. And my telly's trying to shut itself down for power saving. Hang on. Let's see. No to the shutdown. Okie dokie. So was that a question again, or did I miss one there? Cool. I think that's everything we've got here, guys. 1.3k streams. Aye. Nice. Okay, guys, it's been a blast. Obviously, this will be available as a VOD shortly after this, and also tomorrow I will launch the 10th answer to the 10 burning questions in a short. So keep your eyes out for that. Share the content, love the content, tell your pals, buy a t-shirt in the Redbubble store. Nah, you don't have to do that, but it'd be nice if you did. And I'll love you and leave you. And of course, as always, hashtag support Scottish YouTubers. Aye, nae bother.